Do you feel that you do not have time to photograph? We all sometimes have that challenge. What if you make a 1-hour challenge for yourself? I did that and will give you 7 tips on how to do it. I will also show all the images I took on my 1-hour challenge.
Hi, it's Peter here, and let's get right into the business.
Preparation, the location. I picked this area in downtown Helsinki. The location itself is not that important. I chose a familiar and relatively small place so that I would not have to spend time scouting the area. You can always select a location where you have never been before. It adds an element of surprise. If it is a new location, study it, and if possible, look at Google Maps and Street View. That will help a lot in planning the photo walk. We cannot always choose the time we photograph. We sometimes need to photograph when we have the time. If you can select the time of day, choose morning or evening, the light is at its best. I was lucky that it was overcast weather. That type of light is quite nice in that area. There was also a high possibility of rain. It always gives more opportunities. There will be reflections, umbrellas, and colorful raincoats. It did not rain, so I was not lucky in that sense. I also used an app called Light Track. It tells me the direction of the sun, so I have an idea what direction the sun is before I'm even there. It also tells me how low or high it is, so that I can have an idea of the length of the shadows. The gear is not that important. Choose the camera that you feel is the best for you or the one that you have. You can even use your mobile phone if that is the only camera you happen to have with you. I had my Ricoh GR3X. I find it to be the best choice for me. I used one of my film simulations that I made with my Ricoh film simulation wizard. It was inspired by Saul Leiter. Even though it does not have all the characteristics of Saul Leiter's style, it worked well for this photo walk. It can be used as I have used it, or if I want, I can add contrast and saturation in post to make it more dramatic. That would be more Leiter's style.
I tried to keep the editing in minimal, so all the images are mostly straight out of camera, and I also used JPEG to shoot these images. Of course, I had RAW plus JPEG, so just in case I do have the RAW image, but these images that I've shown you are JPEGs.
The photographing, the mindset. As I said, I had an hour to spend between tasks. I did not have a big master plan. My goal was to relax and enjoy photography. If something came out, it would be a bonus. Try to clear everything from your mind and concentrate on your photography. If you have a hard time finding something to photograph, just start with something. Make a few general photographs of the area and work from there. Since I knew the place, it was easy to start. There were just the right number of people so I could get some balanced images without overcrowding. Overcast weather made it possible to photograph from any direction to achieve a consistent look. That made it very easy to find photo opportunities. Being alert is one part of the mindset. Being alert is a critical element of every photo walk. I was constantly looking around and observing for possible photographs. Many people climbed these structures. They are windows to the art museum, which is underneath the square. When being alert, the concentration is better. That will lead to better photographs. Blending in. I was trying to act like a tourist and look at the area as it was new to me. Nobody was paying attention to me. I walked around and did not stay and follow what people were doing. Of course I was looking, but the way if I was looking for something else.
Before we get back out and talk about the 1-hour project, a few words about another project that I'm very excited about. I invite you to join me on the 19th of August, the birthday of photography, to a big global photo project. It's about you photographing on that particular day and then getting the image published on my website of this project and a book. Go to the website of Global Photo Project and learn more about it. But now, let's get back into the topic of this video. Before I discuss a bit about the photographing itself, a reminder, I will have an extra tip, like I always do.
Making the images. Photographing from down upwards allowed me to have a clean background and vice versa. Otherwise, the image would be too cluttered like this image here. Having a clean background, I achieved that minimalistic vibe in the photos. I tend to go more and more towards the minimalistic look in my photos. With my minimalistic approach, I do not reveal too much and leave some room for the viewer's imagination. Most of the images are just visually pleasing without a great story. On the other hand, every image has story of some sort. Some images have a stronger story than others, but I think all images have a story. I tend to like images that do not reveal everything. The more questions an image raises, the better it is. I like to leave room for the viewer's imagination and for them to make a story of their own. I particularly like this image. I like the colors, the minimalistic look, and the gesture she makes with her hand. Is she pointing something to someone? We always need luck. For example, this image. I did not have luck. I was waiting for the woman to have the hands like the statue behind her, but it did not happen. It would have made the photograph better. Now it is not really anything. It's too cluttered and not very interesting. I also tried some reflection photographs, but I don't think they came out very well. These images are not very balanced and they are slightly too cluttered for my taste. The visual look is quite similar, even though some of them are more contrasty and more saturated than the rest. The more saturated ones are closer to Saul Leiter's look. These 5 came out very nice, especially the ones with some people in them. I like these images a lot. They kind of represent the idea that was developing during my hour of photography. This image was the last one I made. I stopped there because I knew that I had a strong image with a story. Bonus tip. Tips on choosing the best ones. It is a very good practice to carefully look at the photos you took on the photo walk. I tend to look at them right after I get back. I will choose the best ones. Usually I do not have a rush to share them, so I will leave them and get back to the images after a few days. That way I can have a distance from the feeling I had when I took the images. I will look at the image with a fresh eye. Then I only edit the keepers. No need to edit them all. I think it is a waste of time. I usually save all the photos that I make. I very seldom delete anything. I am not sure if that is a wise thing to do, but that is how I have always done. You have seen all the images I took on my 1-hour photo project. What would be my keepers? I had a number on every image. Which ones would you pick? Tell us in the comments. Number of keepers depends also on how I might use them. It is always a good practice to pick only one image from the photo walk. That will teach you to look at your image carefully and really think about which one is the best one. I would probably pick this one. What would you have picked?
And in this video, I have more information about how to blend in when you're photographing the classical street photography way. There are a lot of tips so that you can blend in and how to be invisible while photographing on the streets. But hey, thanks for watching and bye for now.